Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News 10 at 10, where we give you more news in less time. Let's get started. After days of waiting for any information on a suspected double murder, we finally know the identities of the two people killed. KREM 2's Kyle Simchuk joining us live in the studio tonight with what we have learned within the last few hours. Kyle?
Well, yeah, Mark, a man in his 30s and a woman in her early 20s were found dead after a suspected shooting in northeast Spokane. Tonight, we're also hearing new audio from police radio as officers responded. Spokane police have not named any suspects in what's believed to be a double murder in northeast Spokane, but this evening, the medical examiner confirmed the names of the two adults found at the scene. 37-year-old Colton Russell is a father of 4 children living in Spokane Valley. 23-year-old Kiara Morgan Wayland was found lying in the road near Russell. Court documents show she was due to give birth this last June. Just after 11 p.m. last Friday, several callers reported hearing gunshots in the area of East Cleveland Avenue and North Cuba Street in northeast Spokane.
We have a second caller also reporting hearing shots, passing a female on the ground.
33, it's looking like we might have 2 victims.
We got a male in the van, looks like a bullet hole in his temple.
The Spokane County Medical Examiner listed the cause and manner of death as pending. Police are asking any witnesses or those who may have surveillance video who have not been contacted to come forward. In Spokane, Kyle Simchuk, KREM 2 News.
A Spokane man was sentenced to 4 years in prison today for an armed robbery at a Spokane Valley motel that happened back in August of 2022. According to the U.S. Attorney's Office, 46-year-old Christopher Gooch was one of 3 arrested after agents with the Drug Enforcement Administration watched him go inside an Oxford Suites with multiple duffel bags, then leave quickly with the same bags. Shortly after, the Spokane County Sheriff's Office said they got a call from the motel saying a guest had been robbed at gunpoint. Gooch was arrested nearby. Inside the duffel bag, officers found meth, fentanyl-laced pills, and heroin, they say. All right, turning now to weather. Thick fog giving way to a wintry mix of weather this week. Let's get right to Chief Meteorologist Jeremy Gu to find out what else is in store this week. Jeremy?
Well, Mark, it's kind of a weird one. We have another layer of stratus cloud sitting right over the top of us, and what winds up happening is it keeps our temperatures a bit warmer and it quells the formation of some of the fog. Not as widespread as last night with that layer of clouds, and I think we erode some of it. Visibility is still good right now. Overnight, it likely does drop. Forecast models saying it should have dropped already, but I don't think it's going to as widespread. That being said, early this morning, we did see some pockets of freezing drizzle and some dense fog still, so I think that is possible again tomorrow morning. All in all, though, it doesn't look too bad, and it looks like we get rid of some of that fog. I bumped up some of our overnight lows. Spokane, I think we stay closer to freezing than not. Some of those places in North Idaho going to dip down into the low 20s because your cloud cover has already been eaten away, and that makes a big difference. Tomorrow, well, it's a little bit cooler. Looks like freezing fog and fog. 37 on Thursday, 39 on Friday, and we even have the chance of seeing a little bit of sunshine come Friday afternoon and even more over the weekend.
All right, sounds good, Jeremy. We'll check back in with you later in the broadcast. Well, take a look at this. A skier captured the moments that a black bear sprinted right in front of him at a resort in South Lake Tahoe. Take a look at that. The video shows a group of skiers on the trail with that bear not far in front of them. The bear then sprints across the trail even as the skiers continue downhill. It comes within just inches of the person recording the video. Well, new tonight, the longtime mayor of Pullman led his final city council meeting just hours ago. Council honored the city's longest standing mayor with words of kindness. Take a listen.
And for the opportunity to work with you, and thank you for the thousands of hours you have served for the betterment of Pullman. You've had a great mayoral career, and you can be very proud of that. I think that in the end, we would all like to feel that we have made a difference, and you, Glenn, have definitely done that.
Aside from serving as mayor for 20 years, you may also know that Glenn Johnson as the voice of the Cougs at WSU football and men's basketball games. He is now retiring from the city's top job. KREM 2's Amanda Rowley talked to Mayor Johnson today about his impact, his career, and what comes next.
I've done it enough. I mean, you look at a lot of communities and 1 term and you're out, or 2 terms mainly. This one here, we had a project to get done, the airport. We had a lot of things that were on the plate, and I knew that I needed the extra 4 years. So I needed that 5th term, and I did it.
You wanted to see it through.
I wanted to see it all the way through.
Johnson says after tonight's meeting, he plans to spend his next free Tuesday night taking his wife out to dinner and maybe even enjoying a glass of wine. Happening tomorrow, Washington Governor Jay Inslee expected to announce the supplemental budget proposal for next year. Earlier this month, Inslee listened to several different proposals for the area that the budget meant to address fentanyl opioid use in 2024. He heard from tribal representatives, treatment providers, and first responders. The budget release comes ahead of the next legislative session, which starts on January 8th. And now to our night beat with a quick look at today's top stories. Homes were evacuated and Woodbridge Elementary School had to shelter in place just hours ago after a large gas leak. That leak happened right around the time that school was letting out, so for at least an hour, students and teachers could not leave. According to the Spokane Fire Department, a private company was digging in the area and hit a 4-inch gas line at the intersection of West Shawnee and North Woodbridge. Officials told us earlier that most of the gas had dissipated, but there was a significant gas smell around the area. Vista was on scene helping to fix the problem. The fire department is now investigating tonight. Meantime, we have video of an extremely close call between two semi-trucks on Highway 18 near Tiger Mountain. You can see the lights of an oncoming semi, which was over the center line, sideswiping the other truck. Troopers say they don't think the driver was impaired. There was one minor injury reported. The truck that was sideswiped lost its load of eggs. Take a look at these pictures from WSP. It all happened at around 4 o'clock this morning. The road is back open tonight. And a group of parents in Linwood, Washington, suing a local daycare, accusing caregivers of giving their children Benadryl before naps without them knowing. The daycare has been shut down since September while the Snohomish County Sheriff's Office investigates the claims. Child Protective Services is also investigating. And that was your night beat. To learn more about any of these stories, just head to our website. That's KREM.com. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky is in the U.S. asking for billions of dollars in new military assistance in its war against Russia. He met with President Joe Biden and congressional leaders, urging them to approve the additional aid.
No one but Putin wants a prolonged war. We dream of a Christmas in a peacetime, of course, and we are working to turn our battlefield success into peace.
Congressional Republicans have been demanding that renewed military aid to Ukraine and Israel be tied to securing the U.S. southern border amid a record number of illegal crossings in recent weeks. Democrats are pushing for an agreement before lawmakers begin their holiday recess. Well, today the UN General Assembly overwhelmingly voted to demand a humanitarian ceasefire in Gaza in a strong demonstration of global support for ending the Israel-Hamas war. The vote also showed the growing isolation of the United States and Israel, which was noted today as the U.S. is seen as the only entity capable of persuading Israel to accept a ceasefire. Tonight, another Israeli airstrike killed 10 and injured dozens of others. And that was your KREM 2 News 10 at 10, where you get more news in less time.